Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in crypto. We come to you live every single day at 12:40, that clock is wrong, 11:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today is Monday, November the 15th, and it's a brisk 73 degrees in the BitBoy Crypto Studio. When are we getting to the nuke studio? Do we have any idea on that?
I went over there last week. It's looking good. They've ripped paint. They've ripped the carpet. I mean, I know we were talking about the roof stuff. So if the roof is not a holdup, then now that they know that, should be about a week or two.
Yeah, I just gave the roofers info to Bobby today.
Oh,
so.
Perfect. Yeah.
Did I gamble away the entire portfolio in Vegas? Absolutely not. Definitely came back a winner from Vegas for sure. Yeah, so the WSOP thing was super fun, and I had a chance to win. I mean, the fact is, I was in first place on day 5, looking like I was going to make day 6, and then, we just went on a really bad run where we had. I mean, think about this. There were 3 hands that I lost my chips on. All 3 of those hands, someone hit a set. I mean, one was a full house, but they hit a set against me. They had 2 pocket cards, and that card, only 2 cards in the deck could have given them a set. And all 3 times, the person hit it. And, that's just the way poker goes sometimes. It's funny, we were having a conversation at the table where I was with Chris Moneymaker. He sat right next to me for a while. And we were having a conversation about, I don't remember if he was still there when we had this conversation because he got busted out. But if you got pocket aces, every single hand for the entire tournament, would you win? And the answer to that, probably no, because at some point you're going to take a bad loss. That's what happened. I had pocket aces. I was about to get right back in it, back up to 4 million chips, which would have been, higher than an average chip stack. Got pocket aces. I was ready to go all in, and I got the perfect hand. 2 other people called and, got hit a jack on the turn, and it was a little deflating, but we had a great fun, and we got the feature table. We were on TV, or we were on the Poker Go app. And I got invited to possibly go play at Friday night at the Bike, which is on TV, or at least on the Poker Go app, I believe, in LA. So next time I go out to LA, I'm going to try to hit that up, and we'll see. Maybe I can do some, TV poker playing. Might be kind of fun. Playing with Chris Moneymaker was awesome. I sat right next to the guy. I forgot his name. It's a kind of complicated name to say, but he got the guy who hit quads over quads at the feature table. Pocket 6s over pocket 4s. I sat right next to him for a while, which is pretty cool. So, CryptoFace says he never won a hand with pocket aces. Well, thank you, CryptoFace. He said, good job. How about me and CryptoFace going and hanging out? We had some caviar. We were highfalutin at the Cosmo. But anyways, it is what it is. We had so much fun, though. But I missed you guys. I actually turned down an opportunity today to be on NASDAQ TV. I was going to be in New York City on the NASDAQ floor, on NASDAQ TV. And I turned it down because I got to get back here. I got to see you guys. I know for a week I was gone much longer than I thought I was going to be, which was good because I had a deep poker run. But I got to get back in the heartbeat of what I do, which is crypto. So definitely felt a little disconnected last week. But we certainly appreciated all the BitSquad support that showed up in the Poker Go app, telling them to get me on the feature table and stuff like that. We made it. We did it. We got there. Then we took some bad beats. But, this is definitely the #1 community in all of crypto, and we appreciate every single one of you. And who knows? Maybe we added some more people from the crypto world. So,
didn't you say something about a giveaway?
Oh, that's right. We're going to give away an Ethereum. How do we want to do that?
I guess we'll announce it, put a little contest together.
Yeah, we'll put a contest together.
Yeah.
So I was hoping we'd get to give away Bitcoin. If I made it to the final table, we were going to give away a Bitcoin, but unfortunately I got busted out. So we are going to be giving away an Ethereum. So a little bit of a, just thank you to the BitSquad. Somebody said, good job. No shame in getting wrecked by pocket aces, pocket rockets. Yeah. Thank you, Razmataz08.
Yeah. Is that why you're wearing your Rocket Pop shirt on today?
Yeah. Veterans Day was last week, so I didn't get to wear anything USA for that. But, we love America. We love Astro Pops. We love Veterans Day. We also love pocket rockets most of the time. But anyways. All right, guys. Somebody said we should give away a Ripple. That's pretty.
Oh gosh.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into it, guys. First and foremost, we have ticked up 1.38 million subscribers. We are approaching 1.4 million subscribers. Absolutely phenomenal. So excited about that. In or out?
Out. Or make it bigger. There you go.
I can do that for you, teacher.
Thank you.
I can always make it bigger for you. Twitch, we have, or Twitter, excuse me, we have 672,000 followers here. And we're going to talk about this Starship here in just a minute.
Yeah, we had somebody in the chat say they already scooped one. Just picked up a Starship Pluto Alliance black hole pack.
Wow, the black hole pack. That's big.
Yeah.
This is it, guys. This is Starship. This is a play to earn game on Wax. Now, we're doing a launch on here today for these packs. And this is going to be pretty phenomenal because you have the Pluto Alliance NFT collection, the Black Hole collection being launched here on Starship. You get 12 NFTs per pack. The white listing pre-sale is going on right now from 11 to 12. The public sale is at 12. So I'm not sure if, we're going to make it that far. One time we did a launch on Wax. It didn't even get past the pre-sale. So we'll see if it does. But this is what you get in it. You get 12 NFT cards. Here are your chances at getting the different, kinds of Pluto Alliance NFTs. They're only $80 a pack, so definitely not super expensive considering all NFT prices. The Pluto Alliance holders still get benefits if they buy their NFT off of someone on OpenSea. That would be a question for Justin. I'm not 100% sure. Justin's in charge of this.
Yes.
The space stations are on sale. So here's the thing, guys, about Starship. If you don't know, Starship has a chance to be a really big game. They are actually getting their rumors. Now, I don't know this for 100%. There are rumors that this game is going to be on the Facebook blockchain for Meta. How crazy is that?
That is.
So we'll have to see if that actually happens. But you guys can go to Twitter, and you guys can see this right here. We're proud to announce the second NFT pack sale of Phase 1 Emergence Black Hole Edition. I told you guys it's going on right now. If you guys want to get to the link, you just go to Twitter, go right there, and boom. Also, don't forget to follow us. We're at 351,000 on Instagram. Personal account where I took a lot of updates from poker. 4,544 followers there. You can still be early. There's me wearing a grill. That's fun. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok as well. 2.7 million followers there. All right, so here we go. Get into the markets. $2.8 trillion. The market is dumping right now as we speak, which is pretty interesting. The volume has ticked up 126 billion. Bitcoin dominance at 43.2% and ETH dominance almost 20%. And for 73 Paraguays, you can send an ETH transaction. Bitcoin is back below 64,000. We got a video coming out today with Carl the Moon coming on the channel, and we're going to be talking about the crucial support for Bitcoin, and it is getting relatively close to that. He believes that the crucial support is 63,500. We're at 63,881 right now. The bad thing is, when I woke up this morning, we were at 6650, 66,500. Was that right? Or maybe we were right at 66. I think we were right at 66,000. And now we're back down again, which is really interesting because the CME gap, we actually have a CME gap up, I think it's 66,200. And we're well below that at this point. So looking at the movers for the day, we'll look at the biggest losers first. OMG Network down 25%. That's not good. Near Protocol, LivePeer has been on a pump, though. And when you guys look at the numbers that are down, it is really important to understand that when you see numbers that have a green 7 days and then they are red for the 24-hour, these could actually be projects with good opportunities. So did you get that one about the Bitverse?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll talk about that. We're definitely not abandoning the Bitverse. I don't know why anybody would think that. But anyways, Cadena up 112% for the week, down 7.82% for the day. Could be possibly a good buying opportunity there. Look at the biggest gainers of the day. We have Decentraland, Helium, IoTex. A lot of these are just a lot of these are the projects that just continue to pump in the midst of us being in a dip. We've seen this consistently from several of these projects. Decentraland Metaverse Project, which by the way, we may be doing an interview with them soon.
Nice.
Helium, IoTex, Chili's an NFT project, Algorand, a project we love, Sandbox NFT project we love, Icon making a little bit of a resurgence. Icon never got back close to its all-time high, I don't think. HBAR, Crypto.com, or CRO token, and Basic Attention token, all doing well. What is the all-time for Icon? It says it can't find the data. Why is that? There, okay. Refresh. Okay. Yeah, Icon's not even close. The Icon all-time high is like $12.2. It's at $2.50. It peaked back here in this bull run at 288. I mean, or 311. You know, the narrative is that if you buy and hold over time, you'll always make your money back. You look at some of these projects from 2017 and you say they didn't make it back. And I think that's a really important thing to start talking about for this bear market that will be coming up, is what are the projects that you should get out of that may not ever hit all-time highs like they just did. And it would be probably the ones that went the very, very, very most parabolic, that may have some characteristics that make them more accustomed to pumping during this bull run maybe than the next one. So,
all right, you ready for
yeah, let's do
some
it.
Q&A?
Yeah.
All right, first question, probably Fart On is his name. Do the poker pros know...
That's probably Far Ton.
Oh, Far Ton. Okay. Do the poker pros know about crypto or DeFi?
Yeah, actually, that there was a lot of conversation about crypto, and the funny thing is I would listen to people talking about crypto at the table, and they had no idea who I was, and I thought that was very, very, very interesting. Because I'm shocked. I know this sounds bad, maybe, but I'm shocked when people don't know, who are in crypto, that don't know my channel. We are heads and shoulders, you know, as far as our whole community, above everybody else. Nobody else even comes close. I mean, we're twice as big as the next biggest person in terms of social media, all social media followers. So it's like, when I'm talking to people and they're like, oh, you do a YouTube channel in crypto? Interesting. I'm just like, wow, it's such opportunity for how many more people out there. Yeah. And here's what it boils down to. They're just not on YouTube. It's not necessarily that they're on YouTube watching other people. It's more like, there's a huge amount of people that just put money into crypto and don't pay attention to it and don't watch videos about it. And I think that's, you know, definitely shows a good opportunity for continuing education. And, you know, a lot of people, they don't want to know what's going on in crypto. They just want to see the price go up.
Yep. Crypto Jeb asked, Ben, did you make more money in Vegas or in crypto?
Definitely in crypto. But I did make, I mean, if you subtract my $10,000 buy-in, I did, there's my wife, I love her. I made like $41,000. The total payout was $51,000. Tournament was $10,000. So, you know, definitely made more money in crypto, but it was a good run in poker. And I would like to kind of get on the circuit playing poker on TV and stuff sometimes. I think that would be fun. This could be a bridge to get me there. That's something I've always loved to watch, you know, getting some of the bigger tournaments. And, but also I don't want to take away from what I'm doing here. So I'm definitely not like leaving crypto to pursue a poker career. Anything I would do here would be, anything I would do there would be complementary to what we do on the channel. It would never be my focus.
Yeah.
And I think that's what gives me a lot of power at the table, is that I do have this other giant thing going on that I don't have to worry about, like, oh, do I need to make the next pay jump, or, you know, what happens if I get knocked out of this tournament or whatever. I don't care about any of that stuff.
Yeah. It's a lot more fun to play poker when you're playing for fun versus when it's your
competition
job.
It's all about competition. I am going to win a WSOP bracelet at some point. I will win one. It's just a matter of time. And me and Frank were having this conversation. It was like, what if I won the main event right now? What then do I have to chase after? You know what I mean? So, you know, in some ways I was thinking, what an empty feeling to like just come in and be at the top, you know?
Now you got to work for it a little bit.
Yeah, you got to work for it a little bit. So,
but you did have pretty much every good WSOP experience for a main event, like all the big ones other than winning the bracelet. I mean, that was a heck of a run.
I didn't make the final table and I didn't win the bracelet, but I made it to day 5, almost day 6. I made the money. I made it in the top 200, so I got a nice payout.
Chip leader for a while.
I was the chip leader for a while. I got to be on the main featured table, so everything was really good. It was really positive. So,
all right. So from our favorite chatter, Pun Any Vamper, do you think
we actually talked this morning? We may have his name wrong.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We'll leave that word in.
Yeah. Do you think Taproot will initiate a pump, or is this a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event?
I certainly don't think it's a buy the rumor, sell the news event.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But I don't. I also don't know if it's going to initiate a pump. So, Mr. X sent me an article this week about from Cointelelie about saying, you know, the Taproot update will definitely not make Bitcoin pump. And he said that's kind of, it's just laughable that they're, trying to hold prices down. It may be true or may not be true, but they're just coming out with FUD articles about this. I'm very interested to see what happens. I mean, when you think about it, really, this update may be a little bit bigger than I've been giving it credit for because of the smart contract integration that can come because of this. And like, imagine NFTs on Bitcoin. Oh, it's what all the maxis want. It could be a good thing overall for the price of Bitcoin.
And then
did I wear a mask?
Oh, yeah, there was a
lot or to hide the poker emotions. It was definitely just a face covering for poker. It was definitely not any concern of wearing, not at all.
But it was a strategy thing. You figured it was better to
well,
have
it
your
was
face
yeah.
covered?
So every time I got ready to look at my cards, like I took the mask, strapped the mask on the ear. I always kept it on my ear with the AirPod in, and then I would strap it to the other side, and I switch AirPods throughout the day, and then I put the glasses on. So I've got a very, I'm not gonna say I have a great poker face because I'm like a very emotional person, and like I can really get into something. I can be still when I need to, but it's kind of like feeling like you're in a little box. Like, I'm in my little private box when I put that stuff on, was able to hold stuff together a little bit better. I made some huge bluffs in the tournament, so it was working.
So here's a beginner question for Monday. Somebody said, I bought my Ethereum and Bitcoin on Robinhood. Will I still have gas fees?
No, you don't pay gas fees on Robinhood. You don't pay gas fees on Coinbase.
On centralized exchanges, basically.
Yeah, you don't. Because they're just shuffling around from their internal addresses.
Now, when you go to transfer it out, if they allow you to do that yet on Robinhood, then there will be a fee to transfer.
Yeah.
They're just going to call it a fee.
But it's going to be the lowest fee possible because that's the way that the exchanges work, is they save money by putting the lowest amount of GUI possible to still get the transaction sent.
And they batch them.
And they batch them together. So you're not paying as much as you would be paying just to send them on your own.
Yeah. So last question, Bitverse, why abandon? And
we have not abandoned the Bitverse at all. We have big stuff with the Bitverse coming. We have our comic book. Comic book #1 is done. But the problem is we're trying to figure out the best way to launch it because the Ethereum gas fees are so high. It doesn't make sense for us to launch something that is going to have, that each page is going to be an NFT when just to get all the pages, the gas fees alone will be outrageous. So we had a conversation this morning about Bitverse. This is definitely not something we're abandoning by any stretch of the imagination. The Pluto Alliance is just, right now it's taking up our time and attention because it's so big and such a giant community. But oh no, the Bitverse stuff is not, we're not even close to finished with that stuff either. So,
and I would also say it's been a massive success for anybody who holds any of those punks. They've made tons of money with the airdrops.
Yep.
I mean, the punks went up in value, thousands of dollars worth of airdrops. So, I mean, I would say that was a massive success for anybody who holds it. So,
yep.
All right, that's all we
have.
have.
How many people we have watching today?
We have 8,630, 15.
They are not showing our notifications to anybody today. We're
Nope.
getting a lot of comments about notifications today.
Yeah, they've been.
YouTube's a bunch of scammers. YouTube is scamming our channel right now, but it is what it is. It's fine. They're just bringing them in slowly.
You want to read, but I don't. This is a bit of a reach, but I've noticed a dramatic difference since the day we covered that story about them removing the down votes. Interesting. I don't think it seems like a stretch, but
no, that's not a stretch at all.
I've seen it ever since that day.
That is not a stretch at all. Censorship, am I right?
Yeah.
Twitch is giving the notifications. Maybe some of y'all should move over to Twitch for sure. How many likes?
We have 1,800 likes.
Okay. Well, guys, do me a favor. If you hate the censorship, the #1 way to combat it is to like the video. That allows that speeds up the algorithm to get more people in. So stop what you're doing right now. Hit the like button if you're watching on mobile. X out of the live chat. Hit the like button, then come back. Smart TV, bottom left-hand corner of your screen. More actions, more options. Hit react, and then like this video. Let's see how high we can get this one up today. So the notifications on YouTube are a joke.
Yeah, it is.
They're a scam, really.
It seems like about 2 out of 10 people that turn it on actually get it. Just looking up here, we see one person here said they got a notification where everybody else says nothing. So
yeah,
it's
did you guys like the the BitBoy special documentary while I was gone.
The internet is rotting away.
Internet is running away. I watched it this morning for the first time. I mean, I obviously filmed it, but or I read my lines, but it was so good.
Yeah.
It was incredible. I mean, I was so happy with the production. So we're gonna be doing more of those, but we want to make sure we're not going to oversaturate and do them every day. Obviously, we want to make sure we can give them the the best attention possible. Make sure they're right. But we will be doing more of those eventually. Maybe we can get enough together, we can get it on Netflix or something like that. If we had a series, that's kind of my goal for it.
Mhm.
So, all right. So we already mentioned the Starship stuff. Also, CoinLeague, guys, don't forget we're doing CoinLeague here. This is it's like daily fantasy sports, except it's with crypto. So I'm going to enter a game right now. We're going to try to enter a game maybe every day and see how we do on it. Do I want 250 Matic? Do we have that much
bigger
in here?
games. Let me know when you go to connect the wallet.
I have to connect the wallet? It's
No,
already connected.
it'll pull it up when you. I mean, I
Connect
guess
wallet?
that's connected.
It was connected.
It'll just
right?
pull it up when you go to start the game.
I think I'm not connected now. No, here I am connected. Is this waiting for players? I guess nobody has signed up for that one yet.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, 0 out of 10, 0 out of 10, 0 out of 10. 2 out of 5. It will enter this one. 2 out of 5. 6 out of 10. Let's do this one. Okay. So you come in here, you enter the game. Okay.
Why is it not?
And where's our option to enter?
It should be a prompt immediately once you click on it. Yeah, you're logged out.
Now I'm logged out. Do you know what the password is? Because I don't.
It's standard.
Okay. All right, here we go. All right, now we're in. Yeah, it logged me out when I did that. All right, what do I think the number one coin is going to be in the short term here? Let's see. You had an opinion?
I generally pick Bitcoin as the captain, especially with a upgrade but that's for the last few weeks. Bitcoin. I usually pick
For 1 hour.
I pick Bitcoin as my captain, and then I go low. It's only a 1 hour game.
Yeah.
Then I go
Those
two
bucks.
top alts and 2 lower alts.
I'm doing ones that are in the red today.
There you go. It's a good strategy.
In the red today, but do you have CRO? CRO on here is not an option.
I think it's the top 50 on CoinMarketCap.
Live Peer is
or
down right
CoinGecko.
now.
Yeah, live peer probably be.
Oh, I just get 2 coins. So there you go. Let's enter the game. Okay, go ahead and hit confirm here. We're going to join the CoinLeague game. How about that? We'll see how we do. Okay. All right, let's get into the charts here. I know they're here. They are. All right, so on the daily chart, we had something interesting happen this morning that now has been nullified. So here on the daily chart for Market Cipher, we did have a green dot that popped up right here. It is no longer there. So that means it has now shot down. It's at 64,288, which is up a little bit from where we were looking at a few minutes ago. Oh, Juggy got strapped. I had breakfast with Juggy.
Mm-hmm.
Nice guy.
He posted that on his Instagram.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
That's cool. Me and my wife both. So, but anyways, so we had a green dot that popped up down here on the chart on Market Cipher. Now, of course, if you ever want to get access to Market Cipher, I know we don't necessarily show this as much anymore, or you want to trade on ByBit or Femex, you guys can always head on over to bitboycrypto.com/deals, and you get access to all of our best deals, our exchanges, everything that we do. Get access to Market Cipher right here. You get 15% off. So cool stuff. But anyways, that's what we're seeing here is not a green dot here. Now, very interesting. We still have not matched the high in the money flow that we had back in September.
No.
Now, me and Carl talked a little bit this morning about how this right here is really starting to kind of look like this right here, which seems good at first. But then you realize that from where it hit 58, it only topped out at $64,000. That would mean that, if it hit, 67 right here, that, I mean, we might only be looking at going to $75,000 before the end of the year, which would be very disappointing. You got something to say?
Well, they were saying there's a lot of yellow X's on the 5-minute. I know you don't usually look at that.
Yeah, well, I would never look at the 5-minute chart.
Yeah.
I mean, 5-minute chart isn't going to, I mean, look, there's yellow X's all around here. I mean, the 5-minute chart is just not going to give you enough information, especially when we're talking about larger time frames here. There's a lot of yellow X's, means manipulation, but on the 5-minute chart, it's just not super, super, super reliable. That could change in a 10-minute period. So, yeah, 5-minute chart doesn't look great, but overall, that's why we look at the larger time frames, because it gives you a better indication of where Bitcoin is going. But, what if Bitcoin does run out of steam here? I don't think it's going to happen, but the charts make it look like it's going to happen. So,
yeah. So, do you think there's a scenario where, according to the chart, because last time there was a big dip, the charts looked really, really bad. And then after the dip happened, everybody says, oh, it's the bear market, it's the bear market. And then Bitcoin does what Bitcoin does and breaks the pattern. Do you think we could be in a scenario like that where all the charts look bearish, we get that dip, everybody changes bearish, and then boom, that's when it all snaps back again and we move up to 72 or some of those numbers?
It just seems like we're running out of time.
It does. A lot.
Just seems like we're running out of time. Now, I guess what you got to understand is this thing is going to go parabolic. Now here's your hopium. Let me give you guys some hopium here. And we're not even really going to look at the ETH chart, because right now, I mean, the ETH chart still is fine. It really is just a matter of, what is Bitcoin going to do? We need Bitcoin to get healthy for Ethereum to get healthy here. But, here's your hopium. Let's go back to this exact time last year. Let's go back to November of 14th of last year and see what we're looking at here. So if you go back here, you look at November 14th, we had a 2-day dip, or 14th and 15th, we had a 2-day dip. And I know it's like, it doesn't look that significant because of the price action at the end, but Bitcoin was kind of doing the same thing. It was kind of stair stepping. It hit 15.8, then it moved up to 16.5. Then by the end of November, it moved all the way up to $19,000, 19.5, which was almost a new all-time high. Okay, it was almost a new all-time high. And then we had that dramatic dip. I think it was the day after Thanksgiving, or maybe I was on a Thanksgiving trip out of town, so I know it was during that time frame. We got this big dip right here where it dropped all the way back down to $16,000. But then what happened after that dip? We had this super parabolic run that put Bitcoin increasing all the way through the first week of January, 147%. Now, we don't even need that big of a move. A move that big would put, let's take a look at the raw numbers here and see what that would put Bitcoin at. 147% gain from, 147% gain from where we're at right now. I could do that. Delete that. I have to crunch it in here. Okay, so 147 gain from where we're at right now would be ridiculous. Ridiculous. It would be ridiculous. It would be about $160,000 is what it would put Bitcoin at. So, but it seems like to me that really, when you look at this chart, it looks very similar to what we were seeing exactly a year ago. And, when we're looking at that and we're thinking about 2017, and you're thinking about the end of that year in November and December, it was pretty much the same thing we're seeing here. So you got a lot of factors kind of in the favor of we could be seeing something similar that we've already seen before. So moving on to the upgrade here, Bitcoin historic taproot upgrade. Here is what is changed. So this is it provides greater transaction privacy and smart contract implementation for Bitcoin. And if you watch my video yesterday morning, you would know that I talked about this a good bit. I talked about, the security, the privacy, the scalability. All of these things are supposed to be improved with this taproot innovation here. Let's see. But what I would say is the two previous proposals that make up the Tapgrade upgrade, Schnorr and Taproot, merged with Bitcoin Core last year. We reported that. But I think it's really important to once again have this conversation, though I did talk about it yesterday. The Bitcoin updates are a big deal because, number one, they upgrade the network, but number two, they hardly ever happen. The next upgrade for Bitcoin will be a long time. So SegWit was the last one. It was in 2017, as you guys can see right here, 2017. This was segregated witness, also known as SegWit. It's a code implementation that increased the block size limit, which if you didn't know, that's the reason why Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash split, was over this idea. Schnorr itself is based on SegWit, with the Schnorr signatures. They're nothing to sleep on. These signatures are what will provide more privacy. The Schnorr signatures basically obscures multi-signature transactions. But the fact that these upgrades only happen every once in a while, like, that's why they're such a big deal. And that, once again, is one of the reasons why the Bitcoin network is so strong. You see what happens with Ethereum, right? Ethereum, people got an idea, they put it to a vote, they make a change. How many EIPs have we been over just this year?
Yeah,
We probably had 12 EIPs total that have gone into implementation just this year.
and that's a good point.
At least 8.
A good point to make too. Just because something's proposed doesn't mean it actually goes into implementation. So there's EIPs, Ethereum improvement proposals, BIPs, Bitcoin improvement proposals. Anybody can propose them, but they have to be voted on and accepted by the community before they actually get implemented. I know somebody asked that there, who's doing these, who's actually conducting these upgrades if BTC is decentralized. The proposal gets proposed. Everybody, the core developers and everybody involved. Yeah, it's like a tweet on Twitter. Yeah. Everybody votes on it and then it gets implemented. The reason it's so slow on Bitcoin is it's much harder to get consensus with the Bitcoin developers than a lot of the other ones, and partially because it is so decentralized. So it's the more centralized something is, the easier it is to come to consensus. So it's a trade-off there for sure.
Yeah, and that's where the security of the network comes in.
Yep.
I mean, it's much more secure because it takes so much more to get something improved, get it upgraded. If you don't know kind of the way it works, a lot of people think, the Bitcoin decentralization thing is a bit of a scam. Because Blockstream, there's a lot of crossover between Blockstream, which does Bitcoin development, and the actual Bitcoin development. People are saying that a lot of the people that have votes on that, they work for Blockstream, so Blockstream's kind of pulling the strings and actually determining what happens with Bitcoin. But regardless, it takes a long time for these upgrades to get approved. And I think that's a good thing for Bitcoin. I think that's how, this is going to sound really cheesy, but I think that's how Satoshi would have wanted it, would be for the things to be really, really slow. Somebody says that they think that you're Plan B.
Oh, interesting.
No.
I'm not.
He's not.
There you go.
If you listen to Plan B, he's not from America. He doesn't speak, he speaks English, but he's got an accent. I don't know where he's from.
Yeah.
Nobody's supposed to know where he's from. He's anonymous, but it's fully implemented today, right? Like implemented this weekend, correct?
Correct.
So it is. So we'll see if this has, obviously it's not having an effect on the price.
Right.
So it's not a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing. But over time, this is one of those things that we think could bring, some more beneficial price action to Bitcoin down the road. So
yeah. Kind of like what you answered that question. He asked, is this a buy the rumor, sell the news, or is it going to pump the price? And the answer is really neither. It's a fundamental change that's going to have...
SegWit didn't do anything for the price.
Right. But it has a big impact over time, like you were saying. So most of the time, we are in speculation. When you hear a big announcement coming, it is a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing. But with Bitcoin, and it's its own animal a little bit. It's a little different.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, a gold story.
Gold story. People love gold. When is that Peter Schiff interview going to come out?
Man, rough time to be Peter Schiff, that's for sure.
I tell you what. Goldman Sachs, gold is becoming poor man's crypto. Goldman Sachs, head of energy research, says, just like we argue that silver is the poor man's gold, gold is maybe becoming the poor man's crypto.
Got him.
He sees funds starting to flow from gold into Bitcoin as inflation fears escalate, which we think are way overdone. But noting that we've argued historically that crypto and gold do not have to cannibalize each other. This is from Damian Corvelin, head of energy research at Goldman Sachs, talked about the outlook for gold and crypto in an interview with Bloomberg. He was asked whether he sees any evidence of investors using other assets like Bitcoin and crypto to hedge against inflation. He said, just like we argue that silver is a poor man's gold, gold is maybe becoming the poor man's crypto. I can tell you there was zero people at the WSOP talking about gold.
What about
zero people?
What about silver?
There was one guy talking about silver.
There always is. There always is.
There was one guy talking about silver. Yeah,
Is
there
he
was one
talking
guy
about JP Morgan?
He was talking about
suppressing the
silver
markets?
bars,
Yeah.
and he played a poker tournament where you could only pay in silver. And
Wow.
it was weird. But
So that was a fun fact for all the silver lovers out there that say it's artificially suppressed and stuff. Is Bitcoin flipped silver's market cap? I don't know if it stayed. It might have been very temporary, but over the weekend they were kind of right neck and neck that Bitcoin was passing silver's market cap.
What is your favorite kind of silver?
My favorite kind of silver?
Yeah.
I feel like this is a trick.
Mine is Long Johns.
Ah, of course it is.
Old Long John silvers. Love those.
That's disgusting.
I'm a big fan of Long John silvers. It's actually like my favorite fast food place, but I don't eat it too much. We have a Taco Bell Long John silvers combo here.
See, I always wonder.
Love the fried fish.
I always drive by there and think, who actually eats here? How do they stay open?
It's me.
Now I know.
It's me for sure. They stay open because of me. I single-handedly keep them in business. At this point, there may be enough wealth to allocate to both, especially I think as the inflation signal is starting to be more pressing. Which, by the way, isn't it a little strange that both of the fish places are named or like pirate names, like Long John Silver and Captain D's? Captain D's supposed to be a pirate, right?
I guess.
Or is he not a pirate? Maybe he's just a fisherman.
He's just a captain. Pun Any Vamper said his favorite type of silver is Quicksilver.
Oh, that's good. Somebody like Silver Bells.
Yeah.
Pretty good too. A lot of good silvers out there. Silver Sluggers. Silver Slugger Awards. Braves got 4 of them.
You see that one?
Which one?
I can't read it, but it's pretty funny.
That's pretty good. He does like that.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. At this point, there may be enough wealth to allocate to both, especially, I think, as the inflation signal is starting to be more pressing. The executive noted the value of crypto is its network, just like the value of oil is the fact it's consumed. Gold, like diamonds and art, doesn't have that. Just a pure defensive asset that can outperform over a significant period of time. So, really interesting stuff. You have Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, recommending Bitcoin and gold. In his last prediction, he warned of a giant market crash followed by a new depression. He recommended be smart, buy gold, silver, Bitcoin. I agree with the sentiment, but you do have to wonder. Also, by the way, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk selling off tons of stock right now.
Mm-hmm.
What does that tell y'all?
They know something's coming.
What does that? What do you think they're moving into?
Cash.
They're moving into cash. Or what I've told you all year, or at least half the year, is coming. And also, by the way, this whole thing with Elon Musk putting the poll on Twitter, that was a scam. He was already selling this. He knew what the results would be. Basically, what he did was he knew he was going to sell, and I got sources on this. He was already going to sell it for 100%.
Yep.
What he did is he basically allowed people to give him permission to do it before he did it.
He turned it from a negative news to a positive news.
Yep. Well, they told me to do it, so I did it. Look, I'm a maverick. I'm Elon the Maverick. Look at me.
Yeah, I'm doing it for the people.
Golly. What about you see what he said to Bernie Sanders?
Yeah, that was funny.
I hate Elon Musk. He is pretty much the scum of the earth. But I will tell you that what he said about Bernie Sanders was so funny. Bernie said, tax the wealthy. And Elon Musk said, I keep forgetting you're still alive.
I mean, his social game's pretty good.
It is. It is. It's pretty funny. So,
yeah, exactly. Stupid Elon, but smart Elon. Good play, you dirty scumbag.
Yeah, exactly.
Well said. Well said.
Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary advises how to get into Bitcoin. He says crypto is now 10% of his portfolio, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Mr. Wonderful has some advice on how to get into Bitcoin or crypto. I really advise them to explore this asset. And the way to do it is to start small, start to understand the platforms. Are you going to buy it through a centralized wallet? Or are you going to decentralize? Trial the options, learn by experience. This is another guy who understands attention very well.
Yes.
He's another one. His TikTok, definitely, he's trying to get with the younger generation. He's trying to get with the younger crowd.
I think
he's very smart. I do hate that he FUDs Bitcoin sometimes when it's not beneficial to him, but he definitely understands the game.
I think once he went on Shark Tank, it revolutionized the way he looks at media and business, because I think that blew up all of his businesses so much. He realized the value of attention, that it's greater than all the other stuff he was spending his time on. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Stinky really likes them.
Yeah, I know. I'm reading some of these comments here. Pretty interesting. Okay, so we'll move on here. Let's see. Our game is going now, I think.
What got
Is it?
built?
Oh, look who's number one. Look who's number one. BitBoy. Number one. Look at that. I'm in first place right now. I'm up 1.398%. Now, I wonder if when I put these coins on my list, if people just go buy the coins.
Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe they do. I don't know. I'm just saying, don't give me an unfair advantage when I tell you what coins I'm picking. I'm just picking it because I think they're down a little bit. They may go up. So I want to win these things fairly for sure. But it's interesting to look at the different captain coins. Bitcoin, VeChain, Algorand, Decentraland. They got trying to rival me here. We got
Mana.
Is that Kyber or that's Kyber? I think
because you get a 1.2 on your captain's coin.
Yeah, it gets a higher percentage. Synthetic, Solana, Dash. I thought about Solana. Honestly, it definitely was interesting. It doesn't count if you win your own game. Wait,
wow.
Well, we're out of order here.
That was a pretty good transition. That would have been perfect.
It would have been. Who cares about the price? Retail is here for NFTs as Google searches sees new all-time highs. And I do want to mention this. We are about to go really serious on Metaverse. We're going to be doing more videos. New Money Gang is going to be shifting to doing more content on Metaverse, how to make money in the Metaverse. We're going to be talking about kind of the larger scheme of Metaverse and what it means. We've got the NFT update show, which has its own channel, by the way. We should add that channel to we should add that right here. What is their channel name? NFT update?
I believe it is.
So DZ and NFT update DZ. That's funny. It doesn't say NFT update Justin, which is kind of interesting. I'll have to tell Justin that. Here it is. NFT update. Look at this. That is not it.
That ain't
These
it.
are not our people. These are not our people. I don't know what. I guess maybe putting DZ in will help it. Let's see. I don't know where their channel is. We'll have to find it.
We'll get it pinned in there.
We'll get it pinned for tomorrow. But they are doing their own channel now at this point. Look at that guy. That's when I went to my sister's Great Gatsby party. But anyways, we are going to be doing Justin and DZ are going to be doing their own channel. They're going to be on here one day a week. But we're going to have Metaverse stuff coming on. New Money Gang will be doing a show on the Metaverse on the channel one day per week, for a while, starting here in a couple weeks. So watch for that. We are going to help you guys navigate this Metaverse. Metaverse NFTs are going crazy right now. So retail is here for NFTs as Google searches sees new all-time highs. I thought they were dead. People were saying over the weekend that I was talking to. The growth of the NFT sector continues. The most recent data showing the number of Google searches has reached a new all-time high. Google searches are through the roof. 2021 will go down in history as NFT's breakout year. I mean, never a more obvious statement has been written. Although NFTs were not invented this year, they managed to garner attention to people and companies from all types of industries, from musicians and athletes to investors and even politicians, which we have huge stuff coming in with music soon with NFTs. You guys have to stick your ear to the ground. Because we about to smack that. That's good. The ability to allow famous individuals to strengthen their relationship with fans brought countless new people. Here are the Google searches. You guys can see over time, OpenSea's trading volume is actually down a little bit, but still doing extremely phenomenal. Then we got trading volume on OpenSea doubles as Bored Ape Yacht Club sales spike 900%. OpenSea had its best day in several weeks yesterday. So did Bored Ape Yacht Club. The amount of Ethereum trade daily on OpenSea doubled. The Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs surged tenfold in the last 24 hours. Is DGB Metaverse legit? That's Digibyte?
Yeah.
I did not know Digibyte was doing a Metaverse. I feel like I've seen someone say something about that.
I have, too. That's not the first comment.
Yeah, let's look into that.
Yeah.
Maybe Digibyte can make a comeback. We like Digibyte, and we like it. It's not doing well, but compared to other stuff, but it's fallen a little out of the attention. But Bored Ape Yacht Club has spawned 2 major label Metaverse bans. Where is that talk? Where is that at? On Thursday, Universal Music Group, biggest record label in the world, announced that it would be forming a guerrilla-style metaverse group called Kingship.
I like that.
The avatar for the group will be based on Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs owned by Jimmy McNeilis. In a similar piece of news, legendary hip-hop producer Timbaland announced on Friday he's also starting a metaverse band composed of Bay Sea avatars. Timbaland, call me. We want to help you with this.
Yeah.
We want to help Timbaland. I'm a big fan of Timbaland. You know, I even go as far back as Timbaland and Magoo. Timbaloo and Maganoo. You know, Timbaland. Did I say Timbaloo? Timbaland and Maganoo. God, they had some bangers early on. Whatever happened to Magoo? He disappeared. Timbaland's the only guy still making music out of that group. But anyways, yeah, we would love to work with Timbaland. I've always been a fan of his. He's another guy that understands the game. He's always understood the game.
Yeah.
He's always understands the attention. So
anybody that stays around for years and years and years, they get it. Yeah. It's not
they either
easy
get
staying
it
on
or
top.
they're extremely good looking like me. So there's no in between. I mean, Gary Vee, obviously, he gets it because he's not good looking like I am. He's got kind of a mean face. So
it's that New York thing, I think.
He's got the New York thing. Yeah, I agree with that. He looks very stern all the time.
Yeah.
Lighten up, Gary. You're doing good. He'd probably say, "What the hell are you talking about?" Okay, so all right, moving on here. As Solana flips Cardano, Charles Hoskinson addresses price speculation. Here we go. Maybe he's with Mace and Montel Jordan doing Christian rap music. Who said that? Was that Shannon?
Where?
Go up a little bit earlier. A little bit more. It was Shannon. God, Shannon, that's a good line right there. That's Mace and Montel Jordan doing Christian music. And then what about Loon? Does anybody remember Loon from Bad Boy? He became a I think like a Middle Eastern pastor, like an Islamic pastor. I don't know what you call that, an Islamic pastor. But he also went the religious route, which is pretty interesting. A lot of those guys around Puffy ended up going in religion, you know. I don't know what that tells you. May you dance with the devil. You might, have to find the Lord. Input Output CEO Charles Hoskinson is not concerned about Solana surpassing Cardano. During his recent YouTube live stream, he called a user who asked him about the flipping crazy, questioning whether or not it was a real person or a bot. Oh no, somebody's criticizing us on price. I think some of these are actually bots. They can't be real people, or maybe they're just crazy people. As reported, Solana flipped Cardano for the first time in early November. It is now, seems to have a pretty good hold on it. The two Ethereum killers remain neck and neck with Solana stealing the show. But the Solana people said they're not trying to be an Ethereum killer. They were actually offended at that, the main developer there. Cardano founder checks the price of ADA in a daily market report. Everyone will be a millionaire. Hoskinson claims that there's something wrong with the notion of value, pointing to the exorbitant prices of some non-fungible tokens. What about the price of ADA? What about the price of this? Why do you care? The whole definition of the value of things is up for grabs. Well, I would push back on Charles a little bit here. And I would make the statement that, Charles, obviously you don't care about price because you're a billionaire, or at least very close to it. I believe you are a billionaire.
Yeah.
But, you got to come down to the common man here. And I think Charles usually does a very good job of that. I think in this instance, I think he's missing the point here. People are asking about price because people have gotten in late. And, you can say that's their fault. Well, we were here giving information for years on this channel when people weren't listening, and he was doing the same thing. Obviously, we love Charles. But the idea here is that, when you're in a position of financial wealth, you don't have to worry the short term about the price. But when you're a person who is a normal person who has a few $1,000s and you're trying to break out of the rat race, these are important questions, and people do want to know where the price speculation is going. So they said I should be in charge of Cardano. I would, Charles, you want to hand it off? My middle name is Charles.
I think what he's getting at there is that it's all speculative right now.
Of course.
And so, what's the value of these NFTs? Does it really have to do with the price of the NFT? Not really. Same with the value of Cardano isn't reflected in the price, but I agree that could get lost on your everyday. Basically, he's in the world of none of it's real. Yeah. It's all a form of communication. What does it matter? Humanity decides what something's worth, not the price today.
But that's a much larger philosophical question about the value of everything.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
he's getting lost in the clouds a little bit, I think, for the everyday person who's not thinking that way. Uh-oh, what do we got? You sliding off?
Oh. I am taller than the statue, y'all. Just so y'all know. I am taller. Nobody okayed that being taller than me. I'm taller than the statue. Thank you. No, I'm off center here. Okay. All right. So let's see. As we get closer to this, I also agree with him here. Disagree with him. As we get closer and closer to hyperinflation, used to be millions, then it was billions, now it's trillions. Every one of you will be a millionaire soon enough. Well, that's not good.
Yeah,
that's not good. He's saying you're already a millionaire basically because your money's worthless. So, I don't think that is. I don't think we are going to see hyperinflation. I think that is much ado about nothing. Cardano founder says you can never win if you define success by price or other vanity metrics like social signals. They continue to forget that the slowest, least advanced, and first crypto, Bitcoin, is still the largest and most prominent. I tell you, I really believe that he's really missed the mark on this one. I think this whole conversation he's given you right here, I think this is very unlike Charles, and I think that he's missing the point here. People are asking about price because they're desperate.
Mhm.
People are desperate to get to another financial level. People who are in crypto, they're all desperate to get to a new financial level. Outside of the people that have already made, people in crypto are one of two things. They're either in a different financial orbit than other people, or they're trying to get to a different financial orbit than other people. They want to get out of the rat race. They want to make money. They want to be able to not worry about, what they're getting their kids for Christmas. Because they don't have any money. They don't want to be beholden to other people. That's why you're in this. And there are a large percentage of us who have been here long enough, who have made it from category 2 into category 1. But there's a lot more people in category 2 than category 1. Yeah. And so, I understand why people care about the price. We see people asking every day. It's why we talk about the price, because we know it matters to you guys. And that's going back to our pomp conversation that we had, which we need to get in contact with him, get him on the show here, maybe this week or next week.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why one thing I was telling Pomp as well, like I feel like he's missed the mark on, that conversation as well. Not everyone is rich. Not everyone can wait long enough. That's why people get into altcoins, because they're a faster way to spin up to Bitcoin. If you own 10 Bitcoin, you're probably set. But the vast majority of people are not there. They're trying to get there. And so what we do here is try to show you guys how to get from category 2 to category number 1.
And I would say an even bigger category 3, is all the people that are completely unaware and are going to be totally blindsided when this stuff comes. Like you watching this channel, being interested, trying to get to that next level right now is still way ahead of the majority. So I would say good on you for trying to get to that next level.
Absolutely. That's why I was saying, like, all the people that are in here, you're in one of those 2 categories. You're not in the 3rd category because you're in here. That's how we know. So, we had a great meetup at the Venetian. We got to meet a lot of people that are in the BitSquad. A lot of really interesting conversations. We had people that are millionaires. We had people that are just getting into crypto. People that are trying to start YouTube channels. Some kids that are trying to start a YouTube channel, which was kind of cute. But,
that was cool.
definitely we've got Frank said it. So Frank was with me all week in Las Vegas, and he said a couple funny things. One thing he said was like, being a popular YouTuber, it's like being the most popular kid in high school, but your high school is everywhere. It's like everywhere you go, like people, we were at the Aria, like 10 people recognize me and talk to me, and like that's cool stuff. But the other thing he said that I thought was like really, really, really insightful was he said, because like we went to a pizza place, and a woman, her name was, I think it was Yuan, I think. It was a pizza place in Caesars. And we walk up and she's just a lady working there at the cash register at the place. And there was also a dealer there at Caesars that recognized us as well. But she immediately recognized me. And she was like, oh my gosh, like I watch you and, it's so awesome you're here. So nice to see you. And we had a fun little conversation and, we got our pizza and stuff. And we walked away, especially we had just talked to a dealer who recognized us. We saw people at, Aria that recognized us. And he's like, it's so amazing. Like your community is just full of regular people, all shapes and sizes, all ethnicities, both genders, people everywhere. Because both the dealers were women that recognized us there. And that's like just such testament to who we are here at BitBoy Crypto, which we're here for the regular person. Mm-hmm. And, we met so many cool people while we were gone. And I just love this community so much. And I can assure you, no matter what you may see other people say, nobody fights harder for you guys than we do. And we really want you guys to get to that level to where you will be, financially set for your life. That's my goal for every one of you. I desperately, desperately want that for you. And I know you desperately want it for yourself. And Charles really seemed to miss the mark and not seem to understand that there. So, all right, let's move on here. Talking about
XRP.
Did we have two?
It's a little out of order, but we're good.
We're fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
we covered the 100% NFT.
Oh, yeah, it should have been one thing, I think. Okay.
Yep.
Ripple adoption gets major boost after first in market remittance corridor between UAE and Pakistan opens. And one of the important things, I know I say this over and over again, I'm still working on an update on the lawsuit for you guys. And I think this is really part of a larger contextual conversation you guys have to understand. They said 7,500 Starship black holes have already been sold. So if you guys are wanting to get in on the Starship deal, you got to hurry and get in on it. You can check it out on Wax on Twitter. Go to Twitter, check out our pinned post. So somebody said we literally cannot all be millionaires. It's actually not true. We all can. There's over 1 million subscribers on this channel, almost 1.4 million. And in the world, there are 40 million millionaires already. So our numbers say, yes, you all could. Now,
well, and
statistically, probably not.
And the point Charles was making was at the rate that they're printing dollars, everybody's going to be a millionaire. What's that?
Your head was so big.
Oh, I hit the wrong button.
Yeah, I liked it. You were saying what?
He was saying at the rate they're printing dollars, we're all going to be millionaires. That was the more of the point, is the value of the dollar is going to go down so much. It's like other countries when you pay $100,000 for a cheeseburger. Yeah. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. B equals CUP. Ben, the Falcons need you to buy the team. They're a bleep show.
Oh God!
Still only a game out of the playoffs. That's
so painful to watch that. That was
yesterday was brutal.
After they blocked that punt, I was like, all right, I'm done.
Oh, I didn't even see it. I didn't even get that far. When it was,
I think it was like 35-3 at halftime.
Yeah.
They scored a touchdown. We got the ball back. They sacked us. They had us pinned inside the 10 with like 30 seconds left. They blocked the punt and recovered it for a touchdown.
I didn't even see that part. I shut it off when it was 28-3.
Brutal.
That had
0 points for Matt Ryan in fantasy.
Okay, so back to the XRP story here. There's a larger contextual conversation. I know a lot of people are asking about the lawsuit and an update. You guys have to understand how many things juggling are going on right now that are part of a larger play in the world of crypto. The XRP lawsuit is an integral part of the entire crypto space right now, okay? Other things, you're looking at the deflation narrative coming in. You're looking at the stablecoin regulation. You're looking at the price action. There are a lot of things that are trying to be controlled right now. And it may not be as simple as, hey, this is the plan, get it done. As I told you guys, the plan was for this to already be over, and it is not over yet. And so that there are some things that have gone awry. Now, I've been told in the last few weeks, there has been significant progress on getting all of these things to align to where they need to be to get the price of crypto and Bitcoin where it needs to be. I'm actually going to talk about, somebody says no talks about the lawsuit is a good thing. The lawsuit has kind of gone dark, if you guys have not noticed. And even it's stories like this, talking about the market remittance corridor between UAE and Pakistan, it shows you Ripple just throughout this thing continues to move on. They continue to move further and further ahead. 0% chance that it's getting shut down. And they know that. That's why they make moves like this. But the larger conversation is very interesting. And I do need to ask about, what is a new timeline here, a new timeline for Bitcoin? Because guys, I mean, the fact is we're getting closer to the end of the year. There may be a chance that this does get delayed a few weeks or a month. Maybe it is the beginning of January, possibly, because we are looking at, very interesting. December 30th is a day to pay attention to. December 30th is a day to pay attention to. We could potentially, which would put Bitcoin hitting 100K, not in the fall, which would really irritate me. But December 30th is a very important date. Later today, we're going to have Maren Altman coming on around the blockchain. I love Maren. She is very interesting and she's very nice. And I really value that. So I went on her show one time and talked to her. She mixes Bitcoin and astrology, which is really, look, I'm not an astrology guy. I told her that when I talked to her, I'm a Scorpio, I told her I'm not really into it, but there are some interesting things that especially when you look at the moon cycles. I feel weird even saying it, but there is definitely, maybe it's all coincidence, but there's definitely a connection between the moon cycles and the price of Bitcoin. This is not made up. She says something is occurring on December 30th that we had in May, and we also had July 25th was when Bitcoin spiked up. Okay, in May, that I think is the day of the crash, or right in the midst of that crash. She had talked about for a long time how this date was going to be bad for Bitcoin, and it crashed. The second example of whatever, something passing over to retrograde, whatever. I don't know exactly what it means.
I was going to say, it always has something to do with retrograde something.
Yeah, I don't want to go back and, get an A later on. So the fact is, she predicted the May crash. She predicted the July pump. And she's saying December 30th is the next day to pay attention to, and it could be especially bad. So, maybe December 30th, there's some kind of connection there. I know somebody said some gypsy prediction BS. I'm just saying. I'm not saying I believe in that stuff, but am just saying, who knows? Maybe there is, some kind of coincidence there. But look, she predicted the first two. So December 30th might kind of line up with where, we kind of think things are going. And also, that would allow these big hedge funds to take gains at the very, very, very end of the year, which could crash the market. So, definitely could be some interesting stuff. And we did have a psychic contact us.
We did. Yeah.
Most interesting email I've ever read.
It was interesting.
It was very fascinating. So,
yeah.
I think we talked about it last week. All right, moving on here. Without quantum security, our blockchain future is uncertain. Yeah, my guy is Mr. X. He's an astrologer. That's true. By the way, what was I going to ask you about? Oh, how many likes do we have and how many viewers?
We have 11,400 viewers, 4777 on the likes.
Guys, can we please get that up to 5,500 right now? If you could do us a favor, smash the like button. And
not that hard, though.
Don't break your computer, but please smash that like button. Help us get more people in here right at the end. So, hey, you can listen to Marin talk about it today. She'll talk about it on Around the Blockchain. So she's one of my favorite people to watch, honestly, on TikTok. She's extremely fascinating.
You got to consider all opinions. I mean, whether you believe it in it or not, I mean, if she's right, she's right. If there's somebody said correlation isn't causation, which I agree with, like just because it's correlating doesn't mean that's what's causing it to happen.
Yeah.
But if it is correlating, maybe pay attention. You look at all sort of other indicators, so never know.
BJ's in the hallway in a tiger tracksuit.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Could the decentralized world, now this is written by David Chom. You know who David Chom is?
Who?
David Chom is like the father of crypto in a lot of ways. He actually came up with, I think, the first idea of decentralized crypto. I think it was called eCash.
eCash.
I think it was before Szabo even. He's got some crypto projects in the works, but he wrote this apparently. He's like, could the decentralized world built on blockchain technology win? And this is on Coin tell a lie, but I don't think David Chom would tell a lie. Win the battle with large-scale quantum computing or the nightmares. News that two teams of Chinese scientists have achieved quantum advantage. Technical term for when a computer can perform functions beyond that of classical computer. This would be a good BitBoy special topic.
Would be.
Maybe the signal that we have truly entered a new era, while Google's 54-qubit quantum processor, Sycamore, became the first widely known example of early-stage quantum computing. The latest news out of the University of Science and Tech of China in Hefei is the best proof. I have no hi-fi. Maybe that's how you're supposed to say. Is the best proof yet we've crossed the information Rubicon. But despite many reasons to be excited by these developments, there are reasons to be concerned too. We might all eagerly await the day we can predict traffic jams, consign animal testing to the history books, or pinpoint someone's likelihood of getting cancer and then engineer a unique treatment all in seconds. Its tremendous power has a dark side, perhaps more terrifying for a society so reliant on the internet. Quantum level computing puts all of our digital infrastructures at risk. Our contemporary internet is built on cryptography, the use of codes and keys to secure private communication and storage of data. But for cryptos like Bitcoin and Ether, for whom this concept is fundamental, one sufficiently powerful quantum computer could mean the theft of billions of dollars of value or the destruction of an entire blockchain altogether, with digital signatures suddenly easily forgeable. The very concept of wallet ownership will seem quaint. So are there vulnerabilities from quantum computing? One analysis by Deloitte found that over 25% of all Bitcoin could be stolen in a single attack, which at the time of this writing is 300 billion. That would make it 3,000 times more lucrative than the next best heist. Because there 10% of the world's GDP is expected to be held in crypto by 2025, which is nuts. The vulnerability quickly goes from concerning to terrifying. Not only is it around the corner, but we've never been more vulnerable to it. Is there a solution? The puzzle we face moving forward is how to make ourselves safe from the devastating potential. His team at XX Network, I think that was Channel 99 when I was a kid, have spent the last few years pioneering our quantum secure blockchain as one way to solve the problem. Adding another layer of privacy protection with our flagship metadata shredding DApp, XX Messenger will be another way to guard against quantum armed malicious actors. Here's the long and the short of this, guys. Now, you gotta understand here, David Trump has a business in trying to do security. So I think that is definitely something to pay attention to now at this point. But he brings up a lot of great points about this. I thought his project was named Elixir. I don't know what happened to that. But anyways, somebody said Mercury is in retrograde.
Yeah.
Isn't Mercury always in retrograde?
That's what I feel like. That's what they're
That's how
always
it
saying.
feels.
Like, oh, this Mercury is going to go in or out of it retrograde, and that's going to cause the whole world to whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think here's the issue when we're looking at quantum computing. Number one, this is very far off from being able to get in the hands of hackers. Okay. Right now, all of these, yeah, their Channel 99 was always really fuzzy. That's a fact. But when you're looking at this and you're thinking about the future, okay, number one, when we talk about Bitcoin updates, there's an easy fix to this, is to increase the encryption from 256 to a higher encryption level. Okay. That's an easy fix. That would solve the problem for much longer to come. Okay. Number two, it's a long time before hackers are able to get these. All of the quantum computers in the world are at universities right now.
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't know, they had to be stored in absolute zero to work.
Right.
And absolute zero is the lowest possible temperature, I believe. I think can't get any lower than that. I think it's like negative 151 degrees or something like that, whatever it is. Well, let's look it up because I'm curious now.
Yeah, and there's a lot of reasons that's kind of theory as a threat goes out the window because, like you were saying, it is far away.
459.67 Fahrenheit.
Jeez. Negative, you mean?
Negative. Yeah.
But also, like, there's a negative incentive loop for somebody hacking Bitcoin specifically. What's interesting to me, other than I don't think Bitcoin is under that much of a threat, but a lot of these centralized, some of these CBDCs might be, or some of these private blockchains that have certain things on there. When you get this level of computing and not enough hash power to secure it, then those might be vulnerable. But as far as Bitcoin goes, I think they'll adapt to where you're mining with quantum computing, which sends the hash rate up, and then it's going to take a massive, multiple quantum computers to hack it, which is highly unlikely. And again, even if somebody was to break the encryption, then they get all this Bitcoin, then the Bitcoin becomes worthless. They've spent millions and millions of dollars to hack
on something worthless,
something that becomes
it will crash
worthless.
the price.
So it's a negative incentive loop.
It's a negative. I agree with that 100%. And I think here's the other part of the conversation. Okay. And this is a much better argument. This is the number one argument against, the idea that quantum computing will ruin Bitcoin. Quantum computing would ruin everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Nuclear codes can be stolen
Mm-hmm.
with quantum computing. Our nuclear codes in the United States could be stolen through quantum computing. It's kind of like people always say this argument of, well, what are you going to do with Bitcoin if the internet goes down? Guys, if the internet goes down, you can't spend any money anywhere.
Right.
We have much bigger problems to sort out than where's your Bitcoin. But the cool thing about Bitcoin is when the power came back on, we had some kind of electromagnetic pulse. When the power came back on, your Bitcoin would still be there.
Yeah.
Right. You can't say the same for your bank and your money and their ledgers and their centralized ledgers. You couldn't say the same. So there would be a lot of issues there. Bitcoin can fix this, or Bitcoin can be fixed. But we are so far away, in my opinion, from this really becoming an issue. And that's why right now it's really important and integral, I believe, that we start thinking about these solutions. I mean, we're a good 15 to 20 years away from that at this point, having to worry about it. So nuclear codes are 1, 2, 3, 4, the same as the president's luggage. Everyone knows that. Well, you know, he's got a bad memory, so it's got to, you know. All right, guys. Well, that is all we have for today. Thank you so much for joining. Glad to be back in studio. Appreciate all the support from the WSOP. It was awesome. Love you guys. Glad to be back. That's all I got. Be blessed. Goodbye out.